मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ट्रम्प can do anything. After this LA fire,
Yeah.
they are in debt big time, no doubt.
$160 billion loss,
Yeah.
I guess.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि he can take any step, any decision, come up with any order. How is crypto going to be? Is it going to rock?
So I'll go before the elections result came out. Many of my friends, they're into trading and crypto. They all said, Abir, buy Bitcoin. It's going to rise. It's going to rise if Trump comes. If Trump comes. I wasn't aware why is that happening. What is the relation of Bitcoin with Trump? So I studied about it, and what I got to know was that when Trump came into power, Bitcoin, something which was into the market, that everyone was buying Bitcoin as an investment. It was a safe bet. But when Trump was out of the power, Bitcoin and all the other cryptos, they were stabilized. Once the news, people also understood that Trump is going to win. So people started to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum, majorly Bitcoin. And once the news came that Trump won, I believe that in one day, 15% the price rose for Bitcoin, and within a week, Bitcoin was around from $60,000 to I think so. It's around $100,000.
Wow.
So it's obviously booming, but now obviously the news has it's gotten old that Trump is the president. So it's now again.
Hello viewers, I'm your host Charanpreet Bagga and I'm thrilled to present another exciting episode of the Indie Talk Show. Today we have a remarkable guest with us, Abir Bajaj. Abir recently gave a TED talk at the Harvard University, and he hails from the Boston University, doing a degree in real estate and finance. So Abir was a Martinian and he won many awards over here until he was sent for an internship to Harvard, and from there he moved to Boston. Welcome to the show, Abir. Welcome to Indie Talk Show.
Thank you.
Kabir, can you tell us a bit more about your background and what led you to do a dual degree in finance and real estate from Boston University?
Alright, so I'm originally from Lucknow. I did my schooling at Lucknow, and once I graduated, I planned to go to the US and study in the Western School of Business. I'm currently a sophomore there. So when I went there, I thought of exploring more. Under the Western School of Business, there were 15 or 20 different fields where I could go and study, be it marketing, sales, finance, real estate, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So after exploring for some time and then doing some internships and working under a professor and asking for advice, I finally landed in real estate and finance. Finance, the reason I chose finance was it was a safe bet kind of thing, because in the US there's a trend, if you are in finance you will have a safe career. So this is a mindset of people over there. So following that, I explored the stream of finance and then thought, why not, because finance would be a safe bet. And then again, coming back to India where my roots are, my dad actually practices some real estate as a side business. So I thought that exploring the Boston's real estate and getting some knowledge and getting that exposure, it would be very useful for me and the family. So I thought real estate and finance would be a good combo.
So you've achieved a spot on the Dean's list.
Mm-hmm.
What strategies or habits do you attribute to your academic success?
All right. So I will go 2 years before I actually came to the US. Up till class 10th, I used to mug up things and try to remember whatever was written on the book line by line. That worked till class 10th, but when I came into class 11th and 12th, where I chose the subjects that I wanted to study, be it economics, commerce, I thought that it wasn't of any help. I wasn't getting any exposure. I wasn't learning anything new. So I thought that let's first understand the topic and then study about it. And I implied that same thing in my college as well. I used to understand the topic, be it in the class or be it separately during self study. And then I actually understood the topic and then implied those concepts in the exam. And secondly, I think so being consistent was very important for me. Be it after a lecture, sitting for 10-20 minutes, just revising the lecture and understanding what the teacher actually taught. It didn't pressurize me at the very end moment that I have to study for the exam. So I was a bit calm compared to other peers who were like just struggling at the very end. I was a bit calm. I was eating my food, getting proper sleep, and then giving the exam properly. So I guess being consistent and then actually understanding the topic were the two things that helped me a lot.
As the events head for the Questron student government, what has been your most rewarding experience in organizing events?
So we recently held an event in the Question School of Business only in the atrium, where we invited the professors and alumni of Question School of Business, and it was a networking event where seniors of the Questum School of Business, the Questum student body, and all these people who have secured something in their career after they graduated from Questum, and professors. So it was a networking event, and we all were there to make contacts and network, because all of us obviously were looking for internships in the next summer. Over there, I met one of my professors. She didn't teach me anything at that time. I networked with her, I talked with her, and that is how I secured a place in my first internship at Boston University. So that's one of the most rewarding experiences for me.
So I would like my viewers to know that Abir Bajaj is a fantastic and a very charismatic student. Abir attended an event in Harvard from the Boston University. He was given a chance to speak and he shocked the entire Indian diaspora and he did extremely well. He was also, Abir is very soon going to be awarded by one of the senators over there an award for being the most extravagant college student at the Boston University doing real estate and finance. Abir, could you share some insights from your internship at the Boston based startup?
So, going back to the question you asked me first, where I told you I networked with a professor and got an internship. So, this is that very internship that I was talking about. It's a company called Groby. So, what they offer is they offer products and online programs to help international students network and get internships and then jobs in the US. So, I talked with my professor, and it was a marketing based startup. So, it wasn't linked towards finance or real estate, but it was a chance for me to explore and gain more exposure. Some of the skills that were very important to me were the contacts that I made while I was working there at her company. And the company was very cool, because the company didn't actually have a headquarter. It was based in Harvard Innovation Labs. So whenever I used to go, maybe once or twice a week, I used to meet a lot of new people who were studying in Harvard, or who were ex-Harvard people who were trying to start a new venture, and just talking with them and experiencing what they have dealt with, how they are starting a new startup. I guess that was an experience which is unmatched. Yeah.
Abir, what excites you most about your upcoming role as a real estate agent with East Coast Reality?
All right. So it's a company that is based in Boston itself, and it's like a 10-minute walk from where I actually live. And I am not currently a real estate agent. I have completed my education towards a real estate agent, and I will be giving my exam for a real estate agent in this month only, at the very end. And once I get that license, I would be able to practice real estate, in the sense that I would be a salesperson, or as a broker. I would act as a broker, where I would help the company get clients, mostly Indian clients, to get the apartments for release, because the area where I live in, it is surrounded by students, and we are looking for students to lease the apartment when they shift from on campus housing to an off campus housing. So yeah.
So, when you say you will give an exam for your real estate
Mhm.
to become an agent, this is not part of the curriculum. This is a separate exam, right?
Yeah, it is
So
a separate.
you get an ID or
Yeah,
you
I
get a
get a
like a
license.
real estate agent code,
Yeah, I
right?
get a license. So the education that I've completed, it is also state approved education. You can't just go online and study. Yeah, it's a state approved course. It's a 40-hour long course. You once complete that, you then get your background check, like the police verification and everything, and then you submit your application. And once you get the heads up, you go and give your exam.
So not many people know that most of the countries, like I have a company in UAE, so UAE, US, UK, if you want to be a real estate agent, a broker, you need to clear an exam, a test, and then you get your broker code or your agent code, and that is when you can actually get into the industry and start practicing. So that's I think that's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
हम लोग के यहाँ भी ये प्रैक्टिस नहीं शुरू हुई है हिंदुस्तान में कोई भी कैसे भी शुरू हो गया और अपने आप को प्रॉपर्टी एजेंट और प्रॉपर्टी ब्रोकर बोल सकता है
Hmm.
बट somehow I think there should be a guideline,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
One should do an exam, give an exam or a test, you know.
Yeah, it's more of regulated
Yeah,
than.
RERA is a good thing when it comes to regulations for the developers, but मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि brokers के लिए भी एक टेस्ट या एग्जाम होना चाहिए. अभी you recently gave a fantastic TED talk at Harvard.
Hmm.
Could you share some key messages from your talk?
Okay. So again, I wasn't supposed to give a TED talk at Harvard first. One of my classes, SM 275, it was about business management and giving presentations. So that had an assignment where I had to come up at the class and give a presentation, and that presentation could be anything. It could be about your pet dog. It could be about a festival that you like. Anything, but about which you are passionate about. So I thought that I miss my family a lot. So why not tell people why your family is important? Because when you stay with them or live with them, you don't understand the importance. Once you are away with your family, you then understand the importance of how important your family is, and how important your mom or dad plays as a guiding factor in your life. So I gave that TED talk, and then from BU, I'm also a part of the BU India Club. They had an event at the Harvard University in a collaboration with LOSD. LOSD is the London School of Skill Development, something like that, and they were hosting an event at Harvard where people were supposed to give a TED talk. So was representing the Boston University India Club at the Harvard University, and at that very time, I asked the organizer that I also have a TED talk prepared because I recently gave a TED talk at my school for my class. So, am I allowed to give? And the people who were giving the TED talk over there, they were all experienced professionals who were giving TED talk about their respective industries, maybe finance or anything else. So I thought, I don't have a very serious topic. It's not professional. It's just what I am passionate about, and I just wanted to talk about why family is important. So it is that time where the person thought that, yeah, it could be useful. It could be a way that people could lighten their mood from the heavy discussions of maybe the stock market or anything else. So I just went in and then gave my TED talk because I already was prepared regarding that. So yeah.
Wow, that's nice. I somehow feel Indians can, press that button, and trigger that emotional factor
Yeah.
amongst people abroad, and especially in US and all,
Hmm.
because they don't have their love and affection for parents would is not, it's not part of their system. They turn, I think, 16 and
Yeah.
they leave the house, and
Yeah.
then they move and they do their education on their own, and get a job, and that is how they are. The system is, that's inbuilt kind of.
Actually, this was one
And
of the reasons why I chose to give a TED talk on this very topic, because in the US, the culture, it's not a bad thing over there that you have to leave your parents after 18. It's just a part of their culture. Like in India, the part of the culture is that you live with your parents after, even after you get married
get
and
married.
everything. But over there, it's like once you complete your high school, you go into college. That's it. You have to figure out yourself. And
And it is a shock to them
yeah,
when you tell them that you're still living with your
yeah,
parents, and
exactly.
even after marriage you
Hmm.
don't intend to leave them, and आपके भी बच्चे हो जाएंगे उसी घर में रहेंगे. It is a big shock to them.
And
How can you do it?
I don't know why they associate it with not being successful. If you tell someone that I am living with their parents, they think that you're not successful because you don't have the money or the job to afford a new house of your own. They don't understand the feelings or the emotions that goes behind it,
Yeah,
why
that is
you're
what I'm
living.
saying.
Yeah.
And Indians are very good at
Hmm.
pressing that emotional
Yeah.
button,
Hmm.
trigger it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good. So how do you plan to integrate your academic knowledge and practical experiences to achieve these goals?
I think so. It's pretty straightforward. I'm planning to concentrate in real estate and finance, and that is where I'm planning to do a career in. And in the US, the real estate industry and the finance industry, they pretty much go hand in hand, because in the real estate, obviously, you understand how the property works, how the commission is paid, and the process. And in finance, you understand how the interest rate works. What is the FBI doing with the interest rates that is connected with the real estate properties, and then you learn about the 2008 financial crisis that happened in the US. So all of them, it's interconnected, and I believe that having more knowledge and studying about finance and real estate would ultimately help me achieve my long-term career goals in real estate.
So, Abir, with Trump coming in for the second time, what kind of fear the Indians have? Because I've heard a lot of people, they are actually a little scared of Trump, that he's coming in a very aggressive manner, very aggressive way, because he knows this is his last term. क्या लग रहा है कि इस बार क्या कोई fear है ट्रम्प का इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए कैसा रहेगा? How is it going to be good or bad?
This fear actually originated, I guess, 10 years ago when Trump first came into office. The day he came into office, he ordered an executive order. So, executive order is basically you don't have to go through any other process, anything else, and it just states away the Supreme Court has to agree to that order, whatever the president gives. So, he made an executive order where he banned 7 or 8 countries from entering the US, be it tourists, be it for business purposes, or be it students. It wasn't India wasn't a part of that, but then again it created somewhat fear in all the international students that what if the president decides in this term to include our country as well. I'm not saying India will be included, but there's a possibility because this has been done in the past. So as far as us not going to the US because the president doesn't want us to, people so the president actually comes in the term on 20th January. So even Boston University emailed us personally telling all the international students to enter the US before 20th of January. Because there could be a possibility that your country could be included in the executive order, or there could be a positive possibility that there is no executive order. That it totally depends on the president. So that is one fear that obviously we have. The second thing is jobs. There's a thing called CPT and OPT. So while I am studying in the US for 4 years, I have a CPT where if I want to work off campus, I use that CPT and I work off campus. So there was a lot of news coming in after Trump won the election that there could be a possibility that Trump reduces that CPT or removes that CPT at all, so that international students don't work only off campus and the US citizens get more of the opportunity to work off campus.
There is a fear, as you said. On the other side, how is the real estate market doing over there? Is it? Somebody told me the market is crashed in US as of today.
I wouldn't use the term crash. I would say recession. In maybe any other field, real estate being one of them, there's a period where recession comes, and it is especially because now LA is in fire and everything. The California side, like the western, southwestern side of the US, it must face a recession in real estate. But that gives opportunity for investors to invest because obviously the rates are low, and that would give them 5 years or 10 years down the line to boom. The same thing happened in the 2008 crisis as well, where the people weren't able to pay their mortgages and everything crashed. People who all obviously had some sort of wealth stored, they invested in real estate market, and once the real estate market again revived, it was again fine. As far as the east coast is concerned of the US, like Boston and New York, I don't think that there's a recession or crash that's happening. The Boston real estate is doing very well. In fact, that compared to 2023 to 2024, prices have inflated a lot. So I guess when it comes to commercial real estate, I don't think so there's a crash. And where it comes to residential real estate, Boston as a city, there are no people who live actually in Boston. There are a lot of suburbs that are made around Boston where houses are affordable compared to what the houses are in Boston. I haven't personally seen a lot of houses in Boston. There are apartments, and if you want to have a house, you go outside the Boston area. You have suburbs, and I think so this is pretty much the same pattern in all the metropolitan cities in the US.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ट्रम्प can do anything. After this LA fire,
Yeah.
they are in debt
Mm.
big time, no doubt.
A $160 billion loss,
Yeah.
I guess.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि he can take any step, any decision, come up with any order.
Hmm.
That's weird. How is crypto going to be? Is it going to rock?
So I'll go before the elections result came out. I think so 2 or 3 or weeks prior. Many of my friends, they're into trading and crypto. They all said, "Abhi, buy Bitcoin. It's going to rise. It's going to rise if Trump comes. If Trump comes." I wasn't aware why is that happening. Why, well, like, what is the relation of Bitcoin with Trump? So I studied about it, and what I got to know was that when Trump came into power, Bitcoin was something which was into the market, that everyone was buying Bitcoin as an investment. It was a safe bet. But when once Trump Biden came and Trump was out of the power, Bitcoin and all the other cryptos, they were stabilized. It wasn't like there wasn't any violent fluctuations in the prices of crypto. So once the news, people also understood that Trump is going to win, so people started to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum, majorly Bitcoin. And once the news came that Trump won, I believe that in one day, 15% the price rose for Bitcoin, and within a week, Bitcoin was around from $60,000 to I think so it's around $100,000.
Wow.
So it's obviously booming, but now obviously the news has, like, it's gotten old that Trump is the president, so it's now again flat there.
अभी तो पीछे मैंने पढ़ा था कि क्रिप्टो की ETF is bigger than the silver
Yeah.
ETF. आपने एक कॉइन का नाम और लिया था बिटकॉइन के बाद?
Ethereum.
Ethereum. I've heard it's a very big coin as well.
It's also around 10,000, $8,000.
Wow.
I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but the price is around that for one coin.
So I was reading it somewhere in the news. In 2010, Bitcoin was for like $10.
Yeah.
And it is $1 lakh. 100,000.
Yeah.
Wow. और क्या टैक्सेशन है यूएस में क्रिप्टो पे?
I'm not sure of that. I don't personally invest in crypto. Actually, I have an interesting story also about this. I was planning to open a brokerage account in the US to trade crypto and stocks. So you get an SSN number for example, in India you get your PAN number, right, where you file your tax reports through that. So you get an SSN number once you are employed in the US. So I already did a off-campus job, so I had my SSN number because I used to get paid and I used to file my tax returns. So I submitted that SSN number to open my brokerage account, and they denied me to open that brokerage account because according to that I wasn't qualified enough, or my income wasn't enough to open a brokerage account in the US. So that was very shocking to me because if we compare this to India, it is so accessible to us that uh, there's no barrier. Like if today I want to open a brokerage account in India, I could, giving my Aadhaar card and my name and that proving that I am 18 plus, it would open my brokerage account. But it doesn't apply same in the US.
Abir, is there anything you would like to share with our listeners about your journey or future plans?
So obviously, I'm planning to do real estate only as of now in Boston. Since the past 2 years, I've changed my stream maybe 2 or 3 times. First, I was into sales a lot. Then I was into marketing. Then this past semester, I did an internship in marketing, and I was also doing consulting at the same time because I was trying to explore all the possible fields that I could potentially make a career in. And after doing everything, I studied real estate. It made sense to me, so I thought that why not go ahead with real estate, and then I thought that if I'm doing real estate and I'm getting good marks, then why not combine it with finance? So I guess finance and real estate would be one thing that I would in the future follow.
And it would obviously go hand in hand.
Yeah, it would obviously go hand in hand.
Thank you for coming to our
Mm-hmm.
podcast, Abir. It
Yeah,
was nice having you
yeah,
as a guest, and
sure.
thank you for all the information and knowledge that you provided. So, for my viewers who would like to connect with Abir and follow his programs, his internships, and TEDx programs, and how he's been heading the Indian diaspora over there, so there's a link on the screen. Just have a look at it.